Alright everybody, I did not think I was going to be making this video, but the stars aligned and it is happening. So this video is going to be kind of more of just a quick-ish video where I'm going to go ahead and get a couple things done with the car. I've got to get that fire extinguisher mounted. I need to mount my door handles, and I'm going to remove the license plate frame, and then I have a secret of what's going on the car. Now this is going to make or break the car for me, guys. This is something I've wanted to do to the car for a long time, but luckily, like I said, everything aligned and it is happening, and this will be the make or break for the car. This will be the difference between finishing in fourth and finishing in first. But first, let's go ahead and get that fire extinguisher mounted because I can't even race without it. The other stuff is all beneficial to me, but the fire extinguisher is necessary. So let's hop over into the fire extinguisher right now. So real quick, this is the fire extinguisher mount right here. As you can see, this little red tab is a quick release. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but that's a quick release. And then this is the part that mounts to the fire extinguisher, which I have right here. Just kind of mounts there like that. And as you can see, it kind of just rocks into this quick release here, and then gets held in, and then you can just pull that, and the whole thing comes off. So this is what we're getting installed. This is the bottom bracket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to secure this to here. As you can see, it's meant to mount to roll bars, so I could still theoretically do that if I wanted to, but the reason I'm trying to do it here first is because I want to keep the fire extinguisher as low as possible in the car for weight reasons. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount it here, and I'm going to drill through these holes. Well, I'm actually not going to drill through them. I have some self-tapping screws that I'm going to send through both of these holes right here, and that should hold it on. But I'm going to mount it this way so that the quick release handle is closer to me in the car in case I do need it. And then obviously I'll make sure the fire extinguisher fits in this space, but there shouldn't be any issue there. So let's get on it. Looks like the self-tapping screws are doing a good job. I think they're gonna hold. It feels pretty sturdy. I just know once I had the fire extinguisher up here and you got the forces, these do have the potential of pulling. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And there we go. I have a fire extinguisher and it's legal. Boom. That really was super simple, although I expected it to be. So moving right along, the next step is obviously going to be the door handles. Passenger side, I guess, isn't necessary. I only really need the driver's side, but I'm gonna do both anyway. Now, one thing I am gonna go ahead and do, and this is not the most important thing in the world, but it's just kind of worth pointing out. This is the screw that is supposed to go into here to hold the door handle in place. It is a Torx head screw, and it's a little bit shorter than these screws right here, which are some spare ones I have for the dashboard. But these, being Torx head screws, don't necessarily want to use them because if I'm on the track, I don't want to need a Torx bit to take off my door handle or fix it or tighten it. So I've grabbed these ones, which are the screws for the radio and dashboard, because they're Phillips head screws. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more universal, uniform, make it easier to work on the car. Now that we've added a few screws, this is the license plate holder. As you see, I've already taken off the license plate, but the holder is also just a couple of screws. And well, I don't need it anymore because I'm not putting the license plate back on this car. At least not that I think of. I might need to drive it once. But it's still coming off because it makes the car look more race car. So, just a couple of really rusted Phillips head screws. Let's just hope they don't break because that would make this job a lot less fun. It's a lot easier than I was thinking. Moving on. Okay guys, I know I hyped it up a little bit in the intro, but that's because I'm stoked. Because the thing that's lacking in this car is my speed. Now, there's a lot of ways to get speed, and there's certain places you need speed. And what I've got in store today for this car, and I've only got time to do it like right before the race, so it's not complete, but we're still gonna get it put on, and we're still going to see some benefits this weekend. I know you guys are wondering what exactly I'm talking about, because all I'm giving you is me talking across the trunk. Well, let me give you guys a little bit of a hint. Yes, yes indeed. Some of you more observant folk may already understand what's happening right now, but you see, racing on a budget does mean sometimes you have to forgo some greater upgrades. But if you can find the right one at the right price, There's no way you can say no. Yes, indeed, folks. We got ourselves a wing. So, it's not the end-all be-all wing, I understand that. But, it's going to make the difference because that will allow for a lot faster cornering because there will be more downforce. I do want to still do a splitter at the front of the car. I have yet to do that. I'm actually surprised the wing arrived on time. I was thinking this was going to be a next month's event, kind of an upgrade, but it came in time for this one, and points are important, so I have to be able to score as many points as possible. So I'll take every advantage as I can. Let me go grab it so you guys can see what kind of aero we're working with. Ta-da! Aero at a cost, guys. And like I said, I found it at the right price, and thankfully, this was able to get in time. So, let's go ahead and get into the installation process of this, because it is very important that we get this right. Now, there's a few steps to ensure that we get this mounted the most effectively as we can to get the most aero out of it. The first step you're always going to want to do is you're going to want to find the center of the trunk here, which I have right here. This is my center. I use these tapes over here to help me line it up. And there is my center. Second step, clean the surface. I've already done that in preparation. That's why I already have the tape on and everything. It's to protect the trunk, and it's also been cleaned, so it's ready to go. Step 3, now this is a very important step, the mounting of the wing and how it's going to mount to the trunk. In the case of this wing, some wings are going to be very different. 3M double-sided tape, very strong stuff. Very strong, very good for holding onto the car. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start by removing the 3M double-sided tape, whatever these are called, the little preservers, right? So those are now removed. Now with those removed, I want to make sure that I'm lined up with the center of the trunk. And then you're going to want to make sure at the center, you're going to put the wing, you want it back far enough that it's going to do a decent job. And I think right about there, yes. Down, and give it a little bit of pressure. Help adhere that double-sided tape that we have there. Now, we could bolt this down if we wanted to. I could send some bolts through here and secure it a little bit better. But the 3M double-sided tape, I mean, that thing could pull a train. So we're gonna go ahead and just stick with what the wing came on there. The manufacturer usually knows best. I'm not gonna question the way that they designed this wing to work. So we're gonna go ahead and just go with what they've got for us. Now, this little tiny little spoiler that comes on the M3s, this may need to be removed. We'll see if it has conflicting with the aero. Usually you only want one wing on the car, but we're gonna go ahead and leave this on here for right now. We're gonna take it out on the track this weekend, see how it performs, and see if we want to remove this and keep just this, or if it's okay to keep both. I may keep both just because stock, but these come off pretty easy. They're also just double-sided tape down. If you needed any more proof, the double-sided tape is a good way to hold a wing. Yes, guys, it is finally done. We finally have aero on the race car. Now, I've been trying to keep this one a secret for a long time, so I hope I didn't let it slip. I hope this was a surprise to you guys all that we were able to afford this, but I'm super stoked. We don't need any of this tape anymore. It did its job. It helped protect the trunk, which is what it was there for the most part, and also helped me line up the wing and where it needed to go. We've got a race this weekend, so be excited for that. But now that it is April, that April just started for us, I am super stoked and excited because I feel like this is going to be a great month of racing for us, guys. So let's hope for some serious points. Let's hope to score on the board, and let's hope to win some championships this year, guys. Anyway, I think that just about does it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Like the video if you guys like the content and want to see more videos like this. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one.